All right. When I worked for the Walt Disney Company, there was a double standard. Everything Disney does gets scrutinized, attacked. If somebody dies at Disney World, it's a massive story. There's blogs about it and gets talked about in business press. If somebody dies at a Comcast park, nobody cares. It's just a double standard. I think Gavin Newsom is now dealing with this exact double standard. He is being attacked from by the left, by the right, on his competence, everything. Every day there's stuff on social media and in the papers, including in a lot of News Corp publications about Gavin Newsom. You're not seeing that about anybody else. On the one hand, that helps him. Here's the latest New York Post headline. Gavin Newsom disqualifies himself from the presidency by his own standard. You're not seeing stories like that about Pete Buttigieg or even Kamala Harris or Shapiro, Governor Shapiro. On the one hand, I think it helps him because it shows he's the aircraft carrier. It suggests the right's concerned. On the other hand, it is a relentless pummeling that maybe undermines his electability quality, but also I think could deter him from running because his family sees even now he's getting all this pummeling. So net is the fact that he is a target, a bigger target than anybody else who might run. Net, is it good for him for 28 or bad for him for the nomination? Good or bad for the nomination, Jim?
I think it's good for him. I think he welcomes it in some way. It's going to accelerate because the New York Post is going to launch the California Post in a couple
Yeah.
months, and they're going to treat him like they do
Yeah.
Mamdani in New York.
Yep.
But I think he's going to welcome it because every time the media is talking about him, even negatively, they're not talking about Josh Shapiro or somebody else.
Kristen, good for on balance, good for Newsom?
I agree. I think every other potential Democrat nominee wishes that they were getting that treatment right now. Now, the concern I would have if I'm on Gavin's team is it's so early. So if you're made the king with all the arrows coming at you this far out, yeah, you have to respond and endure it. But then in a year from now, are they going to be targeting Shapiro and then your yesterday's names? And so it is kind of early for that.
I think it's bad for him. I think it's just such a pummeling that it's going to cause his family to say this is just too much. Like we can't go through 3 years of this, and then if we win, we're not going to be able to unite the country. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.